What if I told you that the next time you close your eyes to sleep, you are sending your brain into a battlefield, utterly unarmed and defenseless, and that with every passing hour of rest, you could be losing 1,000 precious brain cells, not to aging, not to fate, but to a simple, silent mistake you make every single night just before bed. This isn't science fiction. This is the terrifying, overlooked truth about aging and memory loss that the mainstream health world simply isn't talking about. Stick with me, because what you're about to learn in the next few minutes could fundamentally change how you sleep, how you think, and how you live for decades to come. Most of us imagine memory loss as a sudden, dramatic event, waking up one day and not recognizing your own family. But the reality is far more sinister, and it creeps in with a quiet, almost polite cruelty. It's forgetting why you walked into the kitchen. It's struggling to recall a familiar neighbor's name. It's reading a paragraph, and by the end, the beginning has already dissolved into a mental fog. We brush these moments aside, calling them senior moments, blaming a busy day or lack of sleep. But inside your skull, a silent war is raging. Each night, as you drift off, processes called inflammation and oxidative stress go to work, attacking your neurons, damaging the very connections that hold your life's memories, your personality, your essence. You feel no pain, you hear no alarm, but the damage accumulates night after night, until one day, the fog doesn't lift. For nearly 3 decades of working with older adults across the United States, from sun-drenched retirement communities in Florida to bustling senior centers in Chicago, I've witnessed this decline firsthand. It is not an inevitable sentence written into your genes. It is, in large part, a nutritional emergency that happens during the one time you're completely unaware, while you're asleep. Your brain doesn't just shut off, it becomes ravenous. It hungers for specific fuel to fight off these nightly attacks, to repair itself, and to consolidate the day's learning into lasting memory. And when it goes to bed hungry, it wakes up weaker. The single most critical question for your cognitive future is this: what is your brain being fed in the final hours before you surrender to sleep? Today, we are not discussing mysterious supplements, expensive injections, or complex brain training apps. We are talking about the most humble, accessible, and powerful allies you already know. 3 simple fruits that might be sitting in your kitchen right now. When consumed with intention and timing, they can act as a silent shield, nourishing and defending your brain through the vulnerable night. This is about strategic nutrition, about giving your brain the tools it desperately needs during its most critical repair cycle. Welcome to Senior Wellness Hive, where we believe in empowering your health with knowledge you can actually use. If preserving your memory, your clarity, and your independence matters to you, then you are in the right place. Please do us both a favor and hit that subscribe button. It truly helps our community grow. Now, let's dive into the first fruit, a commonplace powerhouse you've likely eaten 1,000 times, but almost certainly at the wrong time of day. Imagine your aging brain not as broken, but as starved. It's running on fumes, struggling to produce the vital chemical messengers that govern mood, memory, and focus. The first fruit on our list, the humble banana, is like an overnight fuel delivery service for your mind. Its secret weapon is a remarkable combination of vitamin B6, magnesium, and an amino acid called tryptophan. As we get older, our natural production of neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine dips. These aren't just feel-good chemicals. They are the essential signals that allow brain cells to communicate, forming and retrieving memories. A banana before bed provides the raw materials your brain needs to rebuild its supply of these compounds overnight. Furthermore, the magnesium acts as a natural relaxant for an overactive nervous system, calming the mental static that can interfere with deep restorative sleep, the very phase where memory consolidation happens. A study in the journal Nutrients highlighted that older adults with higher intakes of magnesium and B6 showed better short-term memory recall upon waking. This isn't a coincidence, it's biochemistry. Think of a retiree I met in Arizona, let's call him Robert, who for months felt his mornings were clouded with mental cobwebs. He began eating half a banana about an hour before bed. Within 2 weeks, he described the feeling as if his mind booted up faster. The pathway to clarity can be that straightforward. But a fortified brain is not enough if it's under constant attack. This is where our second fruit, the apple, enters the story as the brain's nightly cleanup crew. Throughout the day, and especially as we age, metabolic waste and free radicals build up in brain tissue, causing oxidative stress, a major driver of cellular decay. The apple, particularly with its skin on, is loaded with antioxidants like quercetin and a wealth of polyphenols. These compounds actively seek out and neutralize these damaging free radicals, reducing inflammation in critical areas like the hippocampus, your brain's memory headquarters. But the apple's genius doesn't stop there. It's rich in soluble fiber like pectin, which feeds the beneficial bacteria in your gut. Why does that matter for your brain? Because these gut bacteria produce substances that travel through your bloodstream, cross into your brain, and stimulate the production of a protein called BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor. Think of BDNF as miracle-grow for your neurons. It encourages new brain cell growth and strengthens existing connections. Research published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that older adults who consumed apples daily showed measurable improvements in executive function and verbal memory. So by eating an apple in the evening, you're launching a two-pronged mission, scrubbing away the day's cellular debris and sending in reinforcements to build a more resilient neural network for tomorrow. Our defensive trio is completed by a burst of citrus sunshine, the orange. While often praised for immune support, for the aging brain, an orange is a potent piece of protective armor. Its supreme value lies in its dense concentration of vitamin C. Your brain holds the highest levels of vitamin C in your entire body, yet it cannot store it for long. This means a steady supply is non-negotiable. During sleep, vitamin C acts as a master antioxidant within the brain itself, defending cells from the oxidative damage that accumulates with age. Beyond that, it is essential for producing neurotransmitters like norepinephrine, which sharpens focus and alertness. Perhaps most crucially, vitamin C is vital for maintaining the integrity of the blood-brain barrier, a delicate filtering system that protects your brain from toxins and pathogens. As we age, this barrier can become leaky. The vitamin C and flavonoids like hesperidin found in oranges help shore up these defenses. A clinical trial demonstrated that older adults consuming citrus flavonoids experienced increased blood flow to the brain and improved episodic memory. Consider a woman from our community in California named Helen, who started having a few orange segments in the evening. She shared that after a week, her mind felt less fuzzy during her nightly reading, as if a window had been cleaned, letting in more light. This is the power of providing the right nutrient at the right time. Understanding these individual effects is one thing, but the true magic happens when you combine them into a simple, deliberate evening ritual. Your brain thrives on rhythm and predictability. The goal is not to eat a large meal right before bed, but to strategically provide these nutrients in the hour or two leading up to sleep, allowing the digestion and absorption process to deliver these compounds just as your brain enters its deep repair cycle. Here is how you can weave this into your life. Begin about 2 hours before you plan to sleep with a small serving of fresh orange segments or half an orange. This allows the vitamin C and hesperidin to begin their protective work. Then, roughly 90 minutes before bed, enjoy half a crisp apple, skin on, to activate that antioxidant and gut-brain axis support. Finally, about 45 to 60 minutes before turning in, have half a ripe banana to deliver the magnesium and tryptophan that will promote relaxation and support the neurotransmitter production essential for sleep-quality memory processing. If your digestion is sensitive, you can adjust the timing slightly. Just aim to finish the last fruit at least 45 minutes before lying down. The key is consistency and keeping it simple. No sugary dips or heavy accompaniments. You're not making a dessert. You're conducting a gentle, nightly tune-up for your most precious organ. Bringing this all together, I want to leave you with a final thought. You are not powerless against the passage of time. The narrative that aging must equal mental decline is a story we have the power to rewrite, starting with our nightly habits. The tools for cognitive resilience are not hidden in a pharmacy or a futuristic lab. They are found in the produce aisle, in the familiar, wholesome foods that have nourished generations. This is about more than just remembering where you put your keys. It is about remembering the stories of your life, the faces of your loved ones, and the joy of engaging fully with the world around you. It is about maintaining your independence, your voice, and your unique spark. By making this simple, intentional choice each evening, by feeding your brain the banana, the apple, and the orange, you are casting a vote for a future of clarity. You are sending a clear message to your own body that your mind is worth fighting for every single night. Thank you so deeply for spending this time with me here at Senior Wellness Hive. Your commitment to learning is the first and most profound step toward taking control of your health journey. If this conversation brought you insight or a glimmer of hope, I would be so grateful if you'd like this video, share it with a friend or family member who might need to hear it, and let me know in the comments what your first step will be tonight. And if you want to be part of a community dedicated to thriving at every age, please consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell. We are just getting started, and together we can build a future of strength, wisdom, and vibrant wellness. Your brain has so many more incredible years ahead. Let's give it the nourishment it deserves to make every one of them count.